Studios. This map is nearly ready. This map is nearly ready. There's just a few things left that we actually need to do on this map before, like, not ready, but it's ready for us to film in. Like, it's not going to be an issue for us to film in, like, once we get these things done. So I'll show you guys exactly what we need to finish and what we need to get done. So this is no particular order, like I'm not going to build these in order, but I'm going to like just say like A, B, C. So A, we need to put a water slide in at this swimming pool here, and what I'm actually going to do is move some of these deck chairs, because if you look at this side of the pool where I was going to put the water slide actually goes into the shallow end. Now I know you're thinking like you could make the slide go longer, but that's not specifically the type of thing that I want to do. Like, I want to kind of have like the slide sort of in this area, and then kind of make it like come down. So what I want to do is kind of make the deck chairs a little bit more different. So I'm going to have some deck chairs in here, I'm going to have some deck chairs over there, and I'm going to have a few deck chairs at the back there, and a few deck chairs at the back there, and then sort of mainly around this area we're going to have two slides. So one slide is going to be your traditional like bumpy sort of going down slide. Then the other slide is going to be more of like a tube slide, you know, what goes like through tunnels and wiggles round a bit and then comes out at the bottom. So then we'll have the outside sort of more or less sorted. I am going to do some more things in the future, probably like extend out here and build a little basketball court and stuff like that, maybe make a little kids club and that, but I really am going to like determine myself to kind of like finish this off. I'm also going to put some like little trees around and stuff like that to try and make it look a little bit more closed off, which is good. Then we've got the windows to put around these buildings. We've got the windows to put. Now I've started doing quite a few of the windows. I've got like another column done, I think. You know, we've got like the first sort of 3 rows of windows entirely in. I just need to have a little fix up with them. So we got to do them at like all sides of the windows and stuff like that, which is going to be quite good. You know, I've got some good ideas going on right there with that, which will be quite good. And then we should be about good to go with the hotel. Then we'll move away from the hotel. So I've got a couple of buildings that I need to specifically put going this way. So I need to potentially put like another building going here. I need to potentially put like another building going there. And when you're filming down here, you don't specifically notice that that's empty. So like once, for example, like once there's another building and stuff here, which will take a little bit of height up, it's not going to look all that bad, and then we'll try and like fence it in and close it off. We've got more space that again I can probably extend with in the future. We've got to finish off extending the beach. We've got to put the tram line at this side, and then I just preferably would like to put another building or so just next to that white one. So we're getting there, and I think if we crack on, the main thing is getting these windows done. Then we can start putting the slides in, and then we can just throw up a couple more buildings and stuff like that, and we should be quite good to go. So I want to get into a little discussion with you guys about Park Drive. Now, you guys know that Park Drive hasn't really been on the channel much lately. And the reason for that is I'll admit to you guys, is that I've been struggling for actors again. I've been a little bit struggling for actors. A couple of like actors who were doing Park Drive have kind of like not been coming on to do it anymore, and it's kind of been like we've kind of only had like the bare minimum, which has been like, you know, sort of like Anne, Amia and Ben, and that's sort of been it. But then Ben has had like to go to a youth club on a Tuesday, so he goes to a youth club on a Tuesday, which also kind of makes it a little bit also makes it a little bit, you know, hard. to get park drives done. And pretty much I just haven't really had the actors to do it. Like, I mean, like, you can't do it with just a few actors. Like, otherwise what the show is, it makes the show boring. Like, Park Drive's a show that has got to consist of a lot of different actors. You can't kind of have like the same characters in every single scene, like you can say in the Derek and Noreen show, which is a little bit, like, it makes it harder for me, because then I've got to find people all the time who are gonna, like, do you know what I mean, who are like gonna try and make most episodes. And the thing about Park Drive is to carry on like the stories and stuff like that, it does mean that a lot of actors do have to try and make as many episodes as they can. Which again, I do know that can obviously be, quite hard when, sometimes people have got to do things in real life and then they feel like they're letting me down, and and then if they don't do the other thing that they do, they feel like they're letting somebody else down, and it's really hard, to juggle and struggle with Park Drive. But on the other hand, Park Drive has become so good, like it's come so far, like 130 some episodes. It would be a shame to kind of just throw in the towel and say that's it. Like, you don't just work on something, like, when you think about it, like, that's 130 videos, 130 somewhat videos that I've come up with ideas for, that I've edited, I've uploaded and displayed on that channel for you guys. And yeah, some of them might not have all been up to scratch, but at the end of the day, like, I've still tried to put effort in, I've still, like, tried to come up with something, I've still tried to edit, 136 of them videos for you guys, ranging around storylines, which can affect people, which affect people in real life, such as death, arguments, we've done fun things as well. And it kind of seems a shame just to get rid of them, like, just to say, like, that's it, we're throwing in the towel, we're not doing it anymore. So I'm not really sure, like, at the moment, it's just taking a break. I want it to come back, but I can't promise you guys that it will come back, and I can't promise you guys that it won't come back, because I don't really know what's going to happen with it. I'd like to bring it back, but I kind of do like what we're doing on a Sunday, and I kind of do like the idea that we are doing like other things. And I think because Park Drive's such a big show, like, you got to put a lot of effort into it, where I kind of like doing these little shows where, like, you can kind of like come back to them when they're done. So, like, you can finish it for a bit, do something else, then you can come back to it, like, in so many months' time, rather than working on something for like months on end, which can eventually get boring. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's with the Derek and Noreen show, like, we've done 7 episodes, we've enjoyed it. Well, we're going to do 7 episodes, and then, we're going to do something else. Then in maybe sort of like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months' time, I might say, hey, look, our such and such show's coming to an end. What about doing another Derek and Noreen show, making a little season 2? Because season 1 went quite well, then I might say, oh yeah, let's do something like that again, it's been a while, and then Ben might say the same, yeah, let's do that again. Then some new people might say, I want to be part of it this season, and then you go ahead and you do another one, and then you do 7 episodes or so, and then you just go ahead and do something else, and some of the other things you do, you can come back to them again. Do you know what I mean? And it just makes it fun. It makes it a lot more better. It makes it a lot more interesting, in my personal opinion. And I definitely prefer doing it that way. Like, I love Park Drive, don't get me wrong. But I definitely think, like, the fact that we don't have to go ahead and, like, do it all the time. Like, once, like, when you get a bit bored of it, you can take a break and do something else. Or you can, like, limit and cut down the episodes and then say, like, that's where I want to end the season there. Do you know what I'm saying? Or, like, maybe for season 2 of Derek and Noreen, we might say, right, let's do 10 episodes this time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that, I think that's, the thrill of it. The good thing of it. But obviously you guys can let me know what you think and what you would like to see. I'm thinking about bringing back some other videos as well. I'm thinking about doing the news at 10 again. Like one day in the week, maybe doing a little like news at 10, which I might do on a Wednesday. I might do that on a Wednesday because I only need a couple of people for that. Really, I don't specifically need like loads of people for it. I just, to be honest, I need about 3 people at the most. Maybe like me, Ben, and Ant or something like that. Just so like someone can get in like like the news reporter skins, and then someone who's like presenting the news, like a skin for them, and then just like the odd sort of skinned person, like to get interviewed on the news, if that makes sense, about the story that's obviously getting covered and stuff like that, which will be, obviously quite good. Thinking about doing it though as a little one-off, and then obviously I need a weatherman as well, which will be quite good. And stuff like that, we'll see how it goes. And it should be quite good, really. It'll just be like a little something different to do during the week. I'm thinking about it. It's not, it's not a definite, but it's just a little thought that I might do it just for fun again. I might do something like the National Lottery again. I might make a few documentaries again and stuff like that. Which will be quite good. I might make like an updated Candy Block documentary maybe, and stuff like that. I could possibly come up with something cool, I suppose. Be quite good. Be definitely quite good to do documentaries again. So yeah, guys. Let's do this. So there we go, guys. We've nearly done another column of the windows. Nearly done it, guys. Another column. It's gonna be good. So yeah, I finally got removed from a group chat. If you guys don't know, I was in a group chat on Facebook for quite some time. To be honest, I don't really know why I was in it. If I'm completely honest, like, I don't know why I didn't leave it like sooner, but it was kind of funny. Like, it's a bit weird. Like, I know one of the lasses who added me to the group chat. Like, going back, like, I'd say about 7 years ago. Maybe 8 year maybe. My mum used to be good friends with this lass's mum, and they used to like drink together. Like, she'd go like round. My mum would go round to her mum's house for a few glasses of wine, and pretty much like, I'd go like if I was with my mum, because obviously I was quite young back then. I was possibly like year 7, like going on like nearly year 8, so I was still like a bit young, so I still went places with my mum at times. We went round to her flat, and this lass would be like occasionally there. Well, a girl back then, she'd be like, I don't know how old she'd be like back then, but she'd be in like she'd be in like junior school type thing. She was very young. you know, like back then. And anyway, like since then, she's kind of like become a fan of MC Noble. And so's this other person who she knows. They added me to a group chat about 2-3 weeks ago, maybe a bit longer now. And it pretty much carries on from there, really. But they're really weird, like, they just talk about random stuff, and it, you know, like, they just laugh at, like, little daft things, and, you know, like, I don't know why I didn't...
Hashtag.
Yeah, hashtag. I don't know why I didn't leave it, to be honest, like, earlier, when I did, and then they used to make, like, group calls, and, you know, I'd join the group call, but I'd mainly join it, like, just to annoy them, really, like, I'd just play music, and, you know, I'd just, like, blast out, like, Derek and Noreen show episodes, and it'd make them laugh at first, but then sometimes they wouldn't hear one another, but... I think I got removed, like, by mistake. Like, I think they did it on purpose, but they started another group call, and I accidentally clicked on it, like, I wasn't going to join it because it was late. Like, quite late. And I clicked on it by mistake, because, you know, like, I didn't mean to click on it. Like, it came up, and I tried to, like, swipe the notification to ignore it, but I tapped it instead. It, like, joined the call, so I, like, quickly left. But then I think they thought I was gonna, like, join and start playing a load of music, so they removed me. But I'm not really fussed, to be honest. Like, it was weird how I ended up in there, really. MC Noble fans, innit? That's, like, literally all it is. And then there's some, like, Welsh guy in there what thinks he's, like, proper rock solid. Because he smokes weed. And then he like, thinks he can big himself up to everyone and impress the two lasses like he's some, like, big hard person.
Yeah, and then when somebody fucking has a garden, he shits his pants.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can't believe that, Thomas.
No, I can't believe it either, Thomas. Why has Ant got his mic muted anyway?
Because there's too much noise in the background.
Oh, it don't bother me. I mean, it's up to you, really, but...
Plus I was eating anyway.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, it don't bother me.
Don't switch on yet.
You have to hold it like that.
Believe you and me, I've streamed when there's been shouting and arguing downstairs. Hi.
Hi. 18 grand lot car.
Yeah, you have to do it for 60 seconds on each side.
Why?
So, yeah.
I don't know. You can still give me a cuddle. You just jump on and it's alright. You little bitch. The rest still wet through, Kel.
I'm watching that now.
Yeah, you need to watch that again.
I have to watch it in the morning.
Watching it.
She won 18,000.
Oh yeah.
Who did?
This woman on a jackpot on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 18 grand. Fucking jammy car.
Boy.
Let's call
Lol.
attendant.
Anyway, guys, I'm actually really happy, guys. I don't know if you guys know, but last week, well, pretty much, we've got a dog, and he's getting quite old now. He's going to be 13 this year, and pretty much, like, he went on his back legs, like, one night last week. I think it was, like, Wednesday last week, like, in the middle of Thursday morning. He went on his back legs, and pretty much, like, you know, like, he went really ill to the point where we thought that was going to be the end. Like, we were going to have to, like, say goodbye to him. You know, which I really didn't want to do because he's been a big part of my life as this dog for years. And we took him to the vets, and the vets kind of thought, like, you know, the similar thing, that we'll give him this medication, but if it doesn't work, then unfortunately, you know, it'd be best to put him down, otherwise he's going to be suffering. So we give him this medication, and I tell you what, like, you'd think he's a puppy again. Like, that dog will not give up. And this is like the honest truth. This dog will not give up fighting. Like, I tell you, like, this dog does not want to die. And, like, I don't want it to die, obviously, but it fights. Like, it literally, like, just after my tea, I went back out to my shed. And he come outside, and I was kicking ball for him, and he was running around, like, just like a puppy. You would honestly think that... You'd honestly think, like, he's a puppy. Like, he was running about, he was barking, he was, you know, getting his ball, he was trying to not let me get it. And then, like, you know, say if I, like, go out to a job or something, I come back, he gets excited to see me, he's practically jumping up at me, trying to cuddle me, lick me. Like, honestly, he wolfs his food down, he comes up and down stairs completely fine. Like, he is the strongest dog that I know. Like, I don't know, like, I think we're going to have him a little bit longer just yet. Like, I know he's not going to have long left, because obviously if his back legs have gone, they're obviously going to go again. But it's nice to know that that's not really the end, if that makes sense, because it was weird, like, because we had him at the vet's a while ago. And the vet said there was nothing to worry about. He's a healthy boy, he's a good colour. Stuff like that. And it just came like out of the blue. Like, I went to bed, I woke up next morning, no one was in the house. So I'm thinking like, oh, where is everyone? I was thinking like, something's happened here because the dog's not here. So, you know, I rang my nan's mobile and, oh, he's been at vets. And I was thinking like, what's up with him? I was like so shocked because he'd been like completely fine like the day before. Well, the days before. So, like, I was thinking, like, how all of a sudden, like, he was fine when I went to bed last night. Like, how could he have all of a sudden just, like, turned like that? Gone ill. If you get what I mean. So, like, I was really shocked. Like, I wasn't prepared for it. If that makes sense. Whereas, like, if I'd have been prepared and, like, knew that, you know, like, if he hadn't been well for a while... But he'd been, like, completely fine, really, like, up until then. So I couldn't, like, understand how all of a sudden, like, he went and then the vet decided that he needed to be put down type thing. Like, how could he just suddenly decide that when, like, a couple of weeks ago, well, a month ago or so, if not just a bit longer, he was a good boy with a healthy colour, like... I could understand, like, if he'd been ill a bit and it had, like, been gradually getting worse, but to go to bed, like, completely alright, to then wake up the next morning to, like, hearing that he might be put down, you know, when the dog was completely fine last night, like, it just, to me, it didn't make sense, but, like, I'm so glad that he's obviously sprung back, bounced back like a chicken, and now he's like a daft puppy again. You know, he runs about, he plays. That's obviously what you want. Because I tell you what, he's been one of the best dogs that we could have ever have had. Like, yeah, he's done naughty things, but you could never say like he's really like ever pooed or peed in the house. He's never chewed anything. He's never gone to bite anybody. He's never like really exactly made a mess. Like, the only time like he's really ever like done anything in the house is like if he's been ill, like if he's been sick and he couldn't get outside in time, or if he needed the loo for diarrhea and he's not made it outside in time. You know, like mistakes, like if he's not felt too well. But other than that, like, he's always like, if he wants to go out, like, he knows to go to the door, like, and he never like harms anybody, or do you know what I mean? He comes across as vicious. He's just a good dog, really, like a good loving dog. Like, I could go downstairs now and he'd be like, you know, he'd be probably laid near the fire or something, but, you know, like, he'd probably wag his tail, be pleased to see me, and that'd be the end of it. You know, he'd let me give him a big cuddle. If I'm like still in bed, my nan and them go to the shop like on like a Saturday morning or something, or like even like a weekday if there's like no work or something. He'll come upstairs with me and you know he'll come up on the bed, he'll get sat, he'll get laid, and then he'll put his leg around me, he'll get cuddled up to me, and he'll just fast asleep. You know, he'll just start snoring away, or he'll just sit on my bed and look out the window into the backyard. He's honestly like a wicked dog, I'll tell you that. Even when he comes up on a night, like, you know, when my nan and them go to bed, my nan comes in to say night. You know, he will not settle, like, if he doesn't come in and say night to me. And if I don't go and say night to him, like when he gets laid on his bed, he's not settling for the night as easy. Like, he likes me to go and give him a stroke and say night. Yeah, he's honestly like the best dog. Who's Logan? I think I know who this is. So many friend requests, man. Anyway, I think I'm gonna possibly leave the live stream here for now. Because I'm still a bit full of cold, actually. So like, sub, comment, share, peace.